Okay, I have an interesting little product here to review this time called GateKeeper. It works on Windows and Mac, and basically what it does is you keep it as like a keychain, keep your keys on it, things like that. And when you walk away from your computer, you have the software installed on Windows or on Mac, and when you walk a certain distance away from your computer, it automatically locks your computer up. So you'd have to put in a password or whatever, except an interesting handy feature is when you then walk back within range, walk up close to your computer, it unlocks it for you. So there's no remembering to shut down or log out, and there's no then having to come back to your computer, then type in your long password or even a complicated one that's hard to remember. You walk away from your computer, because you have the device in your pocket or whatever, it then locks it up for you. You get closer and it then unlocks. It's really handy and very automatic. In fact, as you might be able to see on the packet, it says automatically lock and unlock your computer. Wireless computer lock and tracker with Bluetooth 4.0. Now, just to start off a couple of things here, I want to say this is not probably the best camera angle ever because this tripod is broken. I still haven't had the opportunity to actually, or the money really, to buy a new better tripod. So this is a broken tripod, so that camera angles might not be great. Another thing, I'm not sure how this is picking up on this video, but if you see a blue flashing light in the video, that is because it's night time out, it's dark outside, and there's a police car parked outside and it's got its lights flashing. So if you see a blue flashing light, that's just because there's a police car outside down the road and it might be flat shining in the window. It's not any editing I've done, it's nothing like that. It can't be helped. Okay, so here's the package. As you can see, it says GateKeeper, that's what it's called. It says automatically lock and unlock a computer, and it has a Windows icon and a Mac Apple icon. Let's see what it says on the back. I'm not sure how well you can read the text on here, but it says GateKeeper, one device, many functions. Auto lock and unlock your computer. You walk away from the computer, it locks, basically it logs out in a way. Then you walk back within range of your computer and it unlocks, so you don't have to type in your password. Walk away to lock, walk back to unlock. Two-factor authorization and adjustable range, so you can adjust how far you have to walk away and how far you have to get back within range. So I don't know yet because I haven't unpacked this, I'm unboxing it now, but say you might be able to adjust like 10 meters, 20 meters, whatever. So it isn't just set to say 200 meters or whatever. You can adjust how close you have to be before it unlocks and how far away you have to be before it locks back up. So that is actually very handy. It says locate your valuables, out of range alerts, replaceable battery. So it has software to track your device on iOS, such as iPhone or iPad, and also from the Google Store, so it works on Android devices. Let's see what else there is. It says your devices such as your MacBook, your Mac Pro, your iMac, your Windows PC, whatever, must have Bluetooth 4.0. It needs Bluetooth built in. Pretty much all the Macs, all the iMacs, all the MacBook Pros do. Whether or not you have it on your computer will depend upon your motherboard. A lot of motherboards, at least medium range, high end, whatever, do have Bluetooth, and fairly new, depending upon the age of it, built in. So if you're on Mac, you're going to be fine. It's almost certainly going to have the Bluetooth. But on Windows, you might want to look up the specs of your computer and double check before you buy this, because depending upon how cheap your computer is, depending upon how cheap and how old your motherboard is, your PC may or may not have Bluetooth, so make sure you double check. It says included inside, one GateKeeper key and USB lock, 2 watch batteries, one is included to put in the device, so it does come with a watch battery, and it has a spare. So that's quite good, because a lot of devices such as remote controls to the TV, whatever, might have a battery included, but they won't have an extra pair of batteries or whatever included as a spare or backup. This does. It comes with a battery to use in it and a spare. And it has one key ring and quick start guide. Their website is gkchain.com. I'll put that probably over on a subtitle on the video and in the description along with this video, but that is www.gkchain.com. So let's unpack it a minute. So we have a quick start guide. Okay, as you can see, I'm not sure how well it shows up because of the camera angle, unfortunately, but in the center there you have the little silver device. There is also gold. This is the silver model. There is two on the right side, two watch batteries. One will go in it, and the other is a spare for when the other one runs out or if there's anything wrong with that particular battery. You then have, on the left, you have a keychain to put through the hole on the device and then put your keys onto the key ring. Then on the bottom left, you have the little USB device to plug into your computer. Let's take a bit of a closer look at each object. This here is the little USB device. Very, very, very small. Doesn't take up much room, but of course it does take up a port on your computer. Here's the actual device itself that you keep in your pocket or coat pocket, trouser pocket, whatever. Keep it on you at all times, and then when you walk away it will lock and unlock. This is, as I say, the silver model. There is at least a gold model. Up the top right there you can see a little hole, and that hole is where you can put your key ring and then keys onto this. Then, as I mentioned, the watch batteries that go inside the device one at a time. Okay, there's all the little pieces. As you can see, the device itself that you keep on you won't take up much room in your pocket. It's very, very small, as you can see it in my hand here. There you go. Very, very small. Now what I am going to do is I'm going to try it out. Install the software on my MacBook Pro. I have a 13-inch late 2013 MacBook Pro. Like I say, 13-inch with 8 gigs of RAM. And I'm going to install the software on there and try it out. And basically I'm going to cut away now. I'm going to, when I come back, what you're going to see on the next part of this video will be a screen recording from my Mac desktop. Now what I will say, if you are a PC user, a Windows user, you can probably still follow along because I'm sure the software is the same. I'll try to find that out before at the end of the video and tell you. But I presume the interface on the software will pretty much be the same on Windows and Mac, so if you're a Windows user you should be able to follow along to the next portion of the video without any problem. I will then, towards the end, tell you if I've had any problems with it, how easy it's been to use, how well it works, and if I recommend it. So I'll just cut away now, and next time, and in a few seconds I'll be on the desktop.
Okay, here we are on the desktop. Now it sits up here in the menu bar. It'd be different on Windows, but here it doesn't sit taking up your dock. It does sit nicely up here in the menu bar near your clock and your volume bar, etc. Now let's just have a quick look at the website here first. Now, the version I reviewed is the current version 1.0. There it is in gold. There is a pack of 2, so you can buy them in packs and save a bit of money. As you can see, a pack of 2, a pack of 5, or then coming soon, it says after October 30th, but on Amazon it says November the 15th is the release date. There will be a new 2.0, and if we just have a little look at that quickly. By the way, if you hear any noise in the background, that is probably fireworks because it's still just Halloween. It's October 31st and there's a lot of fireworks going off in the background, very noisy ones like that. Okay, so the new 2.0, which isn't the one I reviewed, will be ultra small, the USB lock, 20% thinner with a soft touch finish. The new key packs in extra sensors for more accurate range, which sounds like a good idea. The more accurate the sensors, the better, although haven't really had a problem. I have set it to the lowest setting for the range, and when I walk just from here to the door of this room, which is not very far, it locks straight away. It works very well. In addition, there is a dual color LED, which this does not have, which also includes operational modes such as low battery status, which is quite handy. It'll be $60 in the US or $50 pre-order price because you can pre-order it now. The current version here is this one, and you can pick from silver, which is the one I reviewed, gold, or for some reason here in Europe, I am in the UK, there is a blue model, which from the sound of things is not available in North America. Don't know why. Europe only, blue model, and then there's silver and gold. Gold is pictured here, silver is the one I reviewed. As you can see, it costs $50. I'm not sure what the international postage on that would be, but anyway, you can also get it from Amazon. This is Amazon US. It is not listed at this time, as far as I can find, on amazon.co.uk. Although I haven't searched for computer lock, I just searched for GateKeeper, and I also tried JKey chain. I can't find it on Amazon UK. The software can be downloaded from their website. If you go here, you can download a firmware updater, and the firmware updater is available on Windows or Mac. I use the Mac version. Basically, it just asks you to make sure you install the actual application first and pair it. I did that. Then it will say basically tap the keychain device onto the USB or next to it, and so it will recognize it and keep it close. Don't walk off miles with it. Keep it next to the USB while it updates. It'll update and say finished, and that's that. It's very straightforward, only takes a second, and there is a progress bar. It's available on Windows and Mac, and then you have the main application, which is available for Windows 7, 8 or 8.1, and I presume, I haven't tried it yet myself, but I presume it works also with Windows 10. Or if not yet, I'm sure it will do very soon. Your Mac application, then you have instructions to basically is a PDF that shows you how to use the firmware updater, install instructions for the actual application and itself, the quick start guide which came with the product printed out, and a user manual, and it's all there from the download tab. Now just single click up here and there we go. You can unpair it from here if you want to pair it with another computer, whatever. It tells you its MAC address. You can allow it to prevent your computer from going to regular sleep or not. That was on by default and I left it. I think that's probably best. You can have it lock your computer automatically when you walk away. And if you don't want that for whatever reason, you untick it. Unlock computer automatically when you step back. That was on automatically, and you're probably going to want both these on. I left them on. And you have lock distance. Unfortunately, it doesn't actually tell you the distance. There's just these little notches here. But basically, by default, when you first install, it's up here. So it's quite a long range. In fact, I'm not sure how far away that is because it doesn't say. But if I turn it down to this, what happens is when I walk from this computer to my door, which is only, I don't know, a couple feet, it's a very short distance, it automatically locks. When I have it on this setting, I walk from here, past that, through that door, through the kitchen, and to the kitchen door that adjoins with the living room, and then it seems to lock. I haven't tried all the other distances after that, though. But I think you're probably best off having it on one of these two bottom ones. I prefer actually to have it on the very lowest setting. Now that does not affect how it works coming back. So when you come back from, say, your car, come all the way in the house to your computer, it will only unlock when you're very, very close, when the device is very, very close to the USB or to your computer. And it doesn't matter what you change here, it will always be the same distance away from the computer to unlock. This affects when it locks to begin with, when you walk away, if you see what I mean. You can also test it using this button here. You can also read the help documents. You can send them feedback to say, or don't like the way it does this, or I like the way it does this, but I think it could work better. Or you could say, okay, there's a feature it's lacking, in which case I have noticed one feature. It's nothing major, and I don't know if it affects Windows users, but on Mac, I've noticed the GateKeeper app does not start on boot up. You have to go to the application folder, double click it, or use Spotlight to search for it and hit enter to launch it when you want to use it. It doesn't boot up with your computer, and there should really be a tick box under here that says boot with computer or whatever, start with boot up, whatever, that you can tick and untick. Now let me just show you, if for any Mac users watching, a quick workaround for now until they add that. Let's just close that. You go to your user and accounts in system preferences. You hit this to unlock, because this preference is normally locked by default to prevent anybody doing anything they shouldn't. You then go from password tab to login items. This is where you add the items you want to start on boot up. I've added it, as you can see, there it is. But you can select it and hit minus to take it out, and it won't start on boot up. and it wasn't on this list by default. So what I did, I hit plus, you'll get an open dialog, just like if you're, say, you want to open a document in a word processor, whatever. You then go to the sidebar, select applications, which lists all your applications in your applications folder, of course, just like in Finder. Then you browse to GateKeeper, double click on it or select it and hit add, and then it will add it to this list. Now, from now on, this application will start with every time you boot up the computer. And I think really an application like this, if you're using it, make sure it starts on boot up. It doesn't do that by default for whatever reason. So I would like to see a start application with boot up tick box here. Once you've got your settings how you like it, you adjust this, tick and untick the ones you want or don't want, then select just the slider how you want it. You just hit save. Then you don't hit quit here because that will close the application completely and it won't be running. You click on the little red box on the top left, which is how you normally close just Windows on multi-window programs. Hit that and you can see it's still running there. And there you go. Now, I'm going to have a little look at the quick start manual to give you some specs. By the way, I think I said earlier that your computer, your MacBook or your PC must have Bluetooth. From the look of things, no, it doesn't, because the dongle itself, the USB, is a Bluetooth device. So what I notice, if I go to System Preferences and I go to Bluetooth, I noticed that it says turn Bluetooth on. So actually my Bluetooth on my MacBook is turned off, yet the device is still working. So it must just be using the Bluetooth built into the keychain and the USB dongle, not the system's Bluetooth. So if I'm right in saying this, your PC and your Mac or your Mac do not need Bluetooth 4.0. It's just if you're going to use the accompanying app, the app which is on your phone, such as your iPhone or Android device, your Android phone or your iPhone will need to have Bluetooth 4 or higher. Okay, so I don't think your PC or Mac needs Bluetooth, only your iPhone or Android phone if you're using the app. And I haven't mentioned this yet, but why do you want an app on your phone? It's actually a very neat idea. What it does is it acts as a tracker. So this has Bluetooth built into it. In fact, according to the specs, a keychain that you keep on you, not the USB dongle, the keychain, actually has a battery life, expected battery life of 3 to 6 months with a range of up to 30 feet. The size of it, by the way, is 45 millimeters by 25 by 6.5 millimeters. People are quite often losing their keys and misplacing it. They're dropping it underneath the couch, underneath chairs, leaving it in weird spots, and they're not sure where they put it. Well, what happens if you lose your keys on this keychain? Because it has Bluetooth built into this device, what you do, you launch your GateKeeper app on your iPhone or Android phone, and then it will bleep as you get closer to the device, and it'll help you locate your device. And when you get really close to the device and your keys, the device itself will start bleeping so you can find it. So this works as basically a key finder as well as a computer unlocker, which is really neat. The only thing I've noticed is it doesn't seem to actually be on iPad. It must just be on iPhone and Android devices, because I tried to find it on the App Store on my iPad and I can't find it. I look for GateKeeper, I look for GateKeeper app, I look for GateKeeper 2 words instead of 1, and I look for GK chain. I can't find it. I don't know if that's because it's only works with iPhone and not iPad, or if it's just not on the UK UK App Store on iOS. In which case, I think if it doesn't work with iPads and only iPhones, I would like to see the app updated to support iPads. And if it does already support iPads, then it needs to be on more app stores. It needs to not just be on North American App Store or whatever it currently is. It needs to be also available to download from the UK App Store. Unfortunately, I can't test this theory because I don't have an iPhone, so I can't launch the App Store on the iPhone and see if it's on the UK App Store on iPhone. So I'm not sure if it's just not compatible with iPad or if it's just not available on the UK App Store or what. So that is something to bear in mind. I'm not sure about that, but I can't find it on my iPad on the UK App Store. So that is pretty much it. There is not much to looking at this app. We didn't really need to take a look at much. Basically, when you first launch this program, it'll say tap the keychain device on the USB or next to it, and then it will be locating. It will look for the device, find it, and pair it. Then if you want to unpair it to use on another computer or whatever, you can hit unregister key here. You then have tick boxes for these things here. You have the distance slider. You have basically save and send feedback, and that is it. Do I recommend it? Yes, I do, definitely, because not only does it act as a way to automatically lock and unlock your computer without having to put in your password or having to select lock before you leave it, and which you might forget to do, whatever. It also acts as a device tracker. So if you have something on your keychain with it, such as your keys or some other device, whatever, and you lose it, you can then use the app on your Android phone or iOS phone and locate your keys or whatever. So it's a key finder and a computer locker unlocker, and it does work not just Windows like some devices and products, it does work with Mac as well. So it's really worth it. I think it's a great little investment. It costs $50 or $60 for the new version 2.0 when it comes out in mid-November. The only suggestion I have for it at this time is that it needs a start on boot up, at least on the Mac version. So I will put a link in the description, although as you can see, the website is GateKeeper, all one word.com. Thanks for watching. Please like and share this video, and if you could do me a huge favour and subscribe to my channel, as it only takes a few seconds and will help me out a lot. Thanks.